Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be kind of discussing up some very intriguing news where basically almost all of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X restocks and productions of them, along with other things such as, cars, phones, computers, laptops, cameras, whatever it is that involves electronics, are basically being halted because of just a $1 piece that is hard to go and reproduce because you have to actually make them in the first place. But because that $1 piece is missing and it's hard to make, we are now basically still extending out this shortage even more. So on top of the semiconductor issue, we also have these very, very specific one piece of chips that are also going and causing everything to go and falter and basically go get broken and will just not be actually made in the first place. So of course, this very heavily affects up the PlayStation 5s and Xbox because, as you guys know, if you guys have watched our previous videos based on semiconductors and everything else, a lot of it goes and ties on into they cannot just make more of them, and then also leads towards they actually can't make these consoles. So we have a lot of kind of stuff to go and cover, what this actual thing even is, and how a $1 piece is literally destroying pretty much all of the markets as of right now. If any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed, especially as like Sony news or overall video news in general with the notifications on, or just be subscribed for the PS5 giveaway, either or. We also have the Twitter and Twitch streams down below if you guys want to follow, especially up to follow the Twitter if you guys are still trying to get your consoles. We also have the Amazon links for the PS5s, the digitals and disc, as well as also the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money, and Coinbase. If you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. So as I mentioned, right now, we're still in panic mode for everything in the world. When it comes to phones, when it comes to consoles, computers, GPUs, CPUs, whatever. And it all comes down to one little baby piece. So we're going to dive into some articles. We actually have two separate ones to go and divulge into the actual information over here. And it is always kind of sucky because I want you guys more so to get your consoles. I want you guys to actually go play games, get your GPUs, get your whatevers, get the world back to normal, get your iPhones. But it stinks because it's just, you can't make more, and everyone is just clamoring over these specific things, the semiconductors and also these things as well, which is just not helping anyone. So let's go dive into the actual video. We actually have something from Bloomberg, a nice little fancy big boyos over here, basically going and saying that to understand why the $450 billion semiconductor industry has lurched into crisis, a helpful place to start is a $1 part called the display driver. Hundreds of different kinds of chips make up the global silicone industry, with the flashiest ones from Qualcomm and Intel going for $100 a piece to more than $1,000. So you can maybe think more like the CPUs, etc. Those run powerful computers or the shiny smartphone in your pocket. A display driver chip is mundane by contrast, which is very true. When it comes to $500 PS5, I'm not expecting that $1 piece to completely go and ruin it by actually making it. But its sole purpose is actually to go convey the basic instructions for illuminating the screen on your phone, monitor, or navigation system. So this would make a lot of sense because basically if you just can't actually have imagine this, you have a computer, but you actually just don't have the power cord, or you just don't have the one switch to literally go and switch on your computer. Guess what? You could have $1,000 worth of part, but you can't physically just go do that and turn it on. Well, then you can't do anything. It's just not there in the first place. So very intriguing. The trouble for the chip industry and increasingly companies beyond tech like automakers or even, just PlayStation 5s is that there aren't enough display drivers to go around. So first we had a lot of issues with the semiconductors, but now we're going even on a double wave where now it's even focusing as well on these display drivers. Ugh. I feel like we never win. I feel like all of us still trying to get our consoles, we just never actually win. Firms that that make them can't keep up with the surging demand, so prices are spiking. So now these $1 random little bibby bobbies that are in your motherboards are now even going up in price, which makes it even harder to go produce things like the PS5 or Xbox, especially if they're selling at a loss. But as well, you also have this competition that basically you maybe have to go wait for companies like Apple, or maybe Note, because if I had to go pick and choose, if I have a once a year brand new console from Apple versus maybe a one major year contract with Sony that kind of tapers off, I'm going with Apple every single time if I'm making all these products, especially if I'm making more money off it as well. So basically, the firms that just can't keep up with the prices that are spiking, and then they're contributing to short supplies and increasing costs for liquid crystal display panels, essential components for making televisions and laptops, as well as cars, airplanes, and high-end refrigerators. It's not like you can just make do if you have everything else, but you don't have a display driver, then you can't build your product. says Stacy Razgan, who covers the semiconductor industry for Stanford C. Bernstein. So you guys can kind of go and tell how this kind of relates. We also have another article over here too as well from Kotaku. But basically, this is just not good. Like, this is just not good. You guys can all see this together. Basically, we now had all these semiconductor issues, which is hard to even make in the first place. But now we have a secondary part that's even getting even harder to go and get as well. So now these display drivers in combination with the semiconductors are making it even harder to go make all of these technologies when it comes to consoles, when it comes to computers, when it comes to tech, anything, even the cars we keep on mentioning. So this is just all around just not good. Like, oh no. Like, one of these days we'll catch a break, you know, and maybe Amazon will drop 150,000 consoles. That'd be a nice day for all of us to get our stupid consoles. But we also have this little video over here where basically we have from Kotaku. It's talked about last week, the global supply shortage affecting all kinds of products, from consoles to phones to cars, is down to a lack of semiconductors. More specifically, though, one of the biggest culprits is a shortage of tiny parts that cost around $1. Like, imagine us not getting our consoles because of literally $1. Like, as this Bloomberg article is just kind of showcased up there, a global shortage of display drivers and the similarly tiny and previously anonymous power management chips are two of the most specific parts in the supply chain that are holding up global production of pretty much everything that has a computer in it. Like, I just want to sit here and cry. I don't know about you guys. Like, leave your comments down below. But I just feel like we never win. Now, granted, we're always going to keep on getting more consoles. There's always going to be more restocks. Sony is still producing things. It just is a little bit more of a workaround on them to keep on making all the things they need to, aka just, you know, consoles. But it's been like such a struggle. Like, first we have the semiconductors and now this. Like, what do we do now, boys? The same report also gives a pretty interesting update on why we're having the shortage. So basically, from, you know, people have a snapback in productions. Companies thought lockdowns would create less demand for security problems. I don't know how they didn't, like, I would think the very first thing is that basically if you end up in lockdown, that's going to be one of the biggest things I would see. You would think, hey, everyone's going to be bored. Let's go get new computers. Let's get new laptops. Let's get like PS5s because I'm bored all day. Ugh. But basically, I don't know how companies are even thinking that there's going to be less demand for computer-related projects. I don't know how they even thought that. To the fact some of these components are being made using outdated production methods as well, which is not good. To an explosion, the variety and volume of devices needing chips that previously didn't. So basically, just we have everything needs these things, these semiconductors and these display drivers. Everyone needs it, and it stinks because when it comes to this stuff, we just can't make enough of it. And it's really, really rough. Like, we generally want to go have all this stuff working for all of us so we could actually go and literally get our consoles, get our phones, get anything. So it stings that it's still having all these issues. While we expect this massive increase in demand would mean a rush of new factories and improved production capabilities, the real downer here for anyone that's looking for a PS5 or with a new car stuck in the dock somewhere is that the companies responsible for making components like the display drivers aren't interested in changing anything anytime soon. Existing lines are fully depreciated and fine-tuned for almost perfect yields, meaning basic display drivers can be made for less than $1 and more advanced versions for not much more. So, like I said, there's a lot to kind of break down on this one, but it really, really stinks that a $1 piece could potentially go hold up 10,000, 50,000 PS5s. But as well, it's also even bad too because we also have the combination with the semiconductors. So imagine you have 1 million semiconductors, you got lucky, you're Sony, you got all the, or like the early actual production numbers for it, and then you also have to wait for another 1 million display drivers. Or even in both, like maybe like you have a hold up because 1 week you don't have the display drivers, 1 week you guys don't have the semiconductors, and it just doesn't give us the benefit to actually go get the consoles. Now, so this kind of stinks. Like, overall, it stinks, especially now that it's literally a $1 thing that's basically ruining all these consoles. But the also secondary issue is the fact that everyone's competing for it. Everyone's trying to get them. Apple, Samsung, all these major tech companies, whatever they are, even Microsoft themselves, yoinking all of our semiconductors too. So it just kind of stinks because it just, everyone's trying to get like that one piece. We're all trying to go and shove ourselves inside one door. And it just kind of seems like we're never going to actually all make it through, which really, really stinks. So ideally in the near future, as more and more consoles keep on getting made, there's going to be less and less, you know, actual demand kind of going towards it because people have their consoles, less scalpers, less spots, etc. So more of you guys will keep on getting your consoles. And of course, we will still be actually having restocks happen, of course. Like, we'll still be having the Amazons, the GameStops, Walmart, Targets, etc. But also the stock might just more so be a little bit more on the smaller side as well. Or more so, we just have to maybe wait an extra week for every restock or so when it comes to all these major retailers. So it's not the end of the world. It is kind of sucky news, but we've kind of been living this news either way. Like, we've all been a part of this news for a while, regardless. So it happens, you know, it happens. But hopefully and ideally in the near future, we can actually sort out more things. Maybe a company can open up an actual manufacturing plant. Maybe something else that was manufacturing something else can maybe turn into like a semiconductor or display driver and try to go and milk up all these prices and make more money. But it has really been really hard on this overall, well, everyone trying our best to go get these consoles, and it keeps on getting rough. It really is rough. But thankfully, as I keep on mentioning, we still have Sony making consoles, we still have Microsoft making consoles, etc. But it's also very, very ironic that for us to go buy a $500 console, we're being held up by a $1 display driver. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. If you guys ever saw any ads, those go towards my mom, so thank you guys all for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed if you guys are brand new, or subscribe with the notifications on if you guys would like. We also have the Twitter and Twitch stream linked down below if you guys want to follow up on either or, especially the Twitter, the Amazon links as well if you guys want to go check and see for the digital disc or consoles or warehouses or whatever. And of course the Weeble, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stock and free money. And Coinbase, if you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. I would love to hear all your thoughts down below. This is a very weird and strange video, but I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. We'll see you guys up later on throughout today. We probably should have a lot of really good restock news, hopefully a lot of rumors mixed on in. So make sure you guys are subscribed for that, and I'll see you guys up later on tomorrow for some more news and more also throughout today for more videos. Love you guys.